Welcome to Mixing Memos from B7A Audio. I'm your host, Christopher Scott Cooper. Today we're going to look at another of SPL's Transient Designer plugins from Plugin Alliance. I do a lot of live recordings both indoors and outdoors for Stanford Jazz Consortium on the Stanford campus. These recordings are straight from the mic pre with no processing of any kind on the tracks. In other words, they are raw. And these events are not always in optimal situations for getting a good capture. Mic placement and choice become critical in these situations. Often, with my drum overheads, I am compelled to place the mics closer to the cymbals than I would normally like to, due to the potential bleed issues from all the other content on stage. When it comes to mix time, that can make the cymbals feel very upfront, while the rest of the kit has more of a natural ambience around it from all the other open mics on stage. I could add reverb and try to make the kit sit together more organically, but I've never found this approach to be to my satisfaction. Up steps SPL with another new transient designer called Mo-Verb. Heighten the ambience or room reverb in any given audio track. This is based on SPL's Transient Designer Plus hardware and has the same pedigree of quality, with some nice extras. On the left is the reverb enhancement knob. Add more to taste. On the right, an output gain knob to compensate for any gain change incurred by enhancement. Top right is a signal LED, indicating you actually have signal in the processor. And bottom right, an overload LED. In the middle, a limit button with gain reduction indicator light. Limiter is post all processing, including the gain knob. And now an added mix button, allowing driving of the processor hard and mixing in the amount desired, or imitating parallel processing. Now this could be utilized to add more ambience from room mics if the room was too dry, or tweak reverb tails. But here, I'm actually trying to sync the overheads back into context with the kit on a live recording done outside. So this is a more subtle use of the processor, as opposed to being more aggressive with it. First, the drums without Mo-Verb. And then with. Interestingly, the snare starts to pop more as I tweak the amount of Mo-Verb, but I'm getting cymbal context more in line with a natural sound. And I also like the added high-end openness that it's producing. In the mix context, first without,
Somebody scream out there.
then with.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me here on Mixing Memos from B7A Audio. Cheers.